Good morning everyone. So as you know, it's Saturday again, and this morning I'm actually down in St Monans, which is a nice part of the East Neuk, and I'm going to go to the Giddy Gannet to get my coffee. If you're ever in the East Neuk and you are looking for coffee or, you know, a bite to eat or something, I would say the Giddy Gannet is probably the best ones in the East Neuk, so just keep that in mind if you are ever coming here. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I will tell you what my plan is for the day. Oh my goodness, it's actually really nice to be outside this morning. I wouldn't say it's sunny, but the sun is coming out. You can see it a little bit on my face. It's just like that fresh smell of the water, like it feels like fresh, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. So I haven't really been down here since the summer, since I was doing a lot of my outdoor swimming. So now I'm starting to think, oh, we won't be that long until I can start going in the water again. I saw someone with a dry robe and I'm thinking, not right now. I will give that a try in a few weeks or a few months time. So yeah, it's just really nice to be out though. It's lovely. Oh, that makes me look good in that light. You see that? The sun. I'm actually still just down at the harbour here, and I spotted this sign and it says House of Jenny, gifts, homeware, jewellery and more. I don't remember seeing this shop anywhere, so now I'm tempted to go around there and be like, have a look. Wonder if it'll be open. House of Jenny. And then the sign for the Giddy Gannet is this way, so we're going up. Okay, so I'm back at the car, and it was just actually nice to go back in there because I haven't been there since the summer, and now I'm starting to think, like, you know, a couple of months and I'll be coming back down here for swimming and things, so that's exciting. Last summer I actually had like a really, it wasn't an intentional like well-being summer, but it just felt like by the end of it I felt really well because I spent so much time outside, so much time like outdoor swimming, walking from like here in St Monans to Pitt and Weem. I was going for my coffee at the Giddy Gannet and everything, and so it was just really nice. So anyway, it was nice to even catch up with the staff in there and just say hello. So when I went in for my coffee, I saw these like pan au chocolat, so I thought, right, I'm going to get a wee pastry. And then I saw these muffins and I was like, oh, what flavour are the muffins? She's like, oh, it's banana and white chocolate. I was like, wow. And then she was like, they're still hot, so I've got that here. I'm just going to have that in a second. But it's just, there's just something about outside just this morning, like the waves are just completely like really like crisp white and like roaring, like, oh, it's just lovely, really nice. So yeah, I'm going to come back on. I'm going to cut this clip and actually just come back on because there's something else I want to talk about, but I'm going to get my coffee first. 2 seconds. Not be dramatic, but that muffin is the nicest muffin I've ever had in my life. I'm eating it so fast. I'm just like, whoa, that is good. That reminds me, like over the summer I was coming here and I was getting my coffee, and I know I said earlier like, oh, they do nice food and things, but they actually do lovely scones. Like, see, like just sit out in the summer, a scone and a coffee, and the scones are really lovely. I'm also just noticing how my skin's looking on camera, and I think partly I'm looking more like bright because actually I've had my hair lightened this week. I'm just thinking that might be what's making the difference here. So yeah, anywho, I actually just wanted to hop on here because I wanted to talk a little bit about something I've been doing this week. So for a wee while now, this might come across in some of my vlogs, I'm not sure, that I've been like a wee bit stifled with my creativity, and I keep putting all this pressure on myself to do side hustles. And I just kind of feel like there's always something that I want to do, but I don't know what it is, if that makes sense. So it's really, really frustrating. So for a while I've known about the book called The Artist's Way, and I thought I'm going to give this programme a try. I've tried it before but never really like committed to it. One of the things that's actually helped me to commit with it is actually listening to what I need to hear from the book via the audiobook, because then it means I don't have a lot of reading to do. I can just actually listen to it and then get into the course. And I've been doing this thing called Morning Pages now. This is day 5 or 6 of it. And it's just really, really bizarre. Like, it's like in the morning you do morning pages, 3 pages of continuous writing, first thing without interruption. So the first thing I'd say about it is it's quite hard, like it's quite difficult to actually come up with 3 pages of writing. She's very strict about the fact you just write anything. Like sometimes I might just be like something very basic, like I need to tidy up my living room or something like that, but then it does then lead to another thought and you just keep going, and then you might get something like that. So what I'm saying is it doesn't need to be something that's really profound, just write basically. And so I thought I'm going to give this a try. I've tried quite a lot of things and I'm trying to get into this creative flow or whatever. So at first I kind of thought, is this really going to do anything? But what I was kind of noticing was that I was kind of struggling throughout the writing process, but then towards the last like 3 lines or something, I would just get like a, I don't know if it was a burst of something, but like, yeah. And I don't want to put pressure on that because I don't want that me to feel like I have to do that every time, like I get that at the end. But typically I find that I get this thing at the end that I think, oh, that's interesting. So there's that. The other thing about it is that I'm finding it's kind of starting to open up my creativity. So to begin with, like the first few days, she describes it as being like unblocking your drains essentially, and it actually does feel a bit like that. Like if you can imagine a drain just being completely clogged up and just you're literally letting everything like kind of flow out. And to begin with, all I was writing about was like my current like problems or scenarios and stuff like that. But now we've got to the end of week 1, I'm getting to a point where I'm actually starting to talk about creative things. Now that's not the goal and it's not the purpose, and if it comes back tomorrow that I need to write about something else, then that's fine. But I just think that's interesting. I'm now at a point where I'm thinking, and I woke up this morning like feeling more creative and thinking more about like fashion and style, and even being down here at St Monans where I was like obviously in that creative vibe over the summer. So I don't think that that's any coincidence. So as part of all of this, you have to go on a creative artist date once a week. Now I kind of feel like I do this anyway, as you know. I always go for my coffee, and this has to be a solo date by the way, and you have to do something creative. She talked about buying things from say like the dollar store or the, you know, the pound store or whatever, and just letting your kind of inner intuition, inner child like kind of come out through this. So I've been giving that a try. I'm going to go and do that today. I think I'm going to give myself time to just maybe go into TK Maxx or Home Sense and do that, and just do it intuitively. I know a few years ago I kind of did that with shops like Flying Tiger. I used to just buy like kind of like little junky type things or whatever, and it might seem a little bit frivolous, but there's some value in it. I can't quite explain what it is. Like I remember buying these like almost like pink raffle tickets, and I've still got them, and I just really think like, oh, I really like these. So there's something about just being able to like be in a space where you can intuitively pick things out, and even if you don't do anything with them. I don't know if this is making any sense. But today I've actually got that to do, but I've also got like some activities to do as part of it, like some writing activities. So I thought I might just go out today and do that. So that's what I'm doing. Anywho, I'll keep you updated in this Artist Way thing. It's very, very strange. I mean, I'm only 1 week in and it is a 12-week programme, so we'll see how we go. But I think because I'm curious as well, I don't have an awful lot of expectation. I don't feel like I'm going into it like I've got this and I'm going to solve that. Obviously I did mention I've got maybe some creative blocks, but it's not like serious, and obviously my employment or whatever doesn't really rely on creativity that much. So I'm just curious more than anything, just to see what happens. Something that is interesting is the fact that I've got the motivation to actually wake up at like 5 AM or 6:30 to actually do it as well. Like I've not struggled to actually do it. So yeah, it's interesting. So I'm just really enjoying this coffee. It's just gorgeous down here. The sun has really come out now, and it's just like, this is nice. It's just really, really nice just sitting here like looking out on the sea. I'm actually just looking forward to coming back down here over the summer. What a treat. Honestly, like I was recently talking to somebody who's like moving to this area. They already live in Fife, but they're moving here. I just thought, you don't know how lucky your life like is going to feel after you've moved here. Like, it's like honestly so gorgeous. I can't express how nice it is living here on the sea, but also in the countryside at the same time, and then just being like so close to St Andrews, and obviously I work in St Andrews and I'm there every day, and it's like, this is the dream. And do you know what the worst part of this is? Sorry, this is very, very long and very rambly. Do you know what the worst part of this is? It's like, I watch these vlogs on YouTube of girls in the Cotswolds in London or wherever it is, and down south in England, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, they live there. And I'm like, you live here. Like, this is amazing. In my opinion, it's just as nice as the Cotswolds, because you've got all the quaint buildings and like around this area, and in St Andrews and everything, a lot of history here, but you've also got the sea as well, and you're in the countryside. You've got all the farm shops and all that kind of stuff as well. So I just have to remind myself, like, you've got it good here. So yeah, anywho, right, I'm going to enjoy this coffee, and honestly, it's just so gorgeous. I'll try and flip the camera around because those waves are just like roaring over the wall. It's just serene. So I'm actually just standing outside Mango at Fort Kinnaird, and I'm looking on the mannequins, and I actually really like this pink jacket with the black and the sunglasses. I think with these pastels, like whenever I wear them, I typically wear them with like other soft colours, and I'm like, oh, that's actually quite nice. I like that. I'm also thinking, like, I don't know if anyone feels the same, but these types of pink jackets, or like these types of Chanel style jackets, I feel like I've seen them a lot over the past few years, so just seeing it styled in a different way is quite nice. Cardigan. This is actually like, it's so thick that it's like a jacket cardigan. It's lovely, it's really nice. This is in Next, by the way, and it is, let me check the label. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus. £38. That's really nice. They actually have it in a khaki green colour as well. It's not a colour I wear very much because I don't feel like I suit green, or at least not that shade, so it's worth keeping that in mind. I've actually just spotted a car coat behind it as well, and I like that sort of neckline on that one as well. This is actually like, they've got really nice things in here. I like this colour combination, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice different textures as well. Right, it's Sunday and it's such a rainy day. It's really rainy out here. Now, on a Sunday normally I dedicate, by the way, sorry, I've just noticed somebody that's parked in front of me, and I had a terrible parking experience myself this morning. I tried to parallel park, and wow, what a disaster. So I should not be judging anyone else, but I really wish I could show you how bad this parking in front of me actually is. How is that even possible? Anyway, like I say, I should not be judging because my experience was probably just as shocking. Anyway, so Sunday's not normally a day where I do shopping and do makeup and all of that sort of stuff. I have done makeup, but I still feel horrific. It's so miserable outside, and I forgot to bring my hairbrush, so I'm just like so dishevelled. Like, anyway, I had to actually go into St Andrews this morning because something actually really exciting happened, and that was yesterday. A new shop opened on Bell Street in St Andrews, which is the shop that I normally park for my coffee at Caffè Nero. There's also the Jo Malone in that street, and also like Oliver Bonas, and it's like an interior shop. It's called Velvet Victoria, and it looks really, really nice. It's lots of like pink gingham. She's got like a bow out on the street and everything. It's lovely, it really is. And I was just chatting to her just now. She seemed really, really nice. So I'm glad I went and had a little look at that because it's so up my street. But on the way, I was just feeling a bit like, because I had a bad like experience with my driving, and then it's just not a very nice day, I then made an impulse purchase in Jo Malone. So I've got the bag here. And in fact, I'll show you that better on the camera. And I ended up getting the body wash of my perfume, which is Red Roses. Now, I am not an impulse shopper person, so I'm surprised at myself for doing that, but I just thought, oh, do you know what, just do it. So I just got myself a little impulse purchase. Like, I can't believe I did that, because usually with anything, no matter how big or small, I have to think about it, because it's not just a cost thing. I also like to think about, do I need it, have I got space for it, blah blah blah. So it's quite surprising that I did that. Right, I'm outside Marks and Spencer's in the car park, and I'm going to get some bits for this afternoon and for the rest of the week. So yeah, sorry, that felt very rambly, but here we are. I was in Victoria Velvet this morning. She had all the cabbage ware out, and yesterday I bought these little sweets as part of my artist date because I actually just really like the aesthetic of them. So when I came home, I just put them on my table. So this is it, and this is also the cake stand, if you remember, that I bought a couple of weeks ago in TK Maxx. And then I've got all my little bits. So yeah, I just thought I would show you. Hello, right, I'm keeping it real because in the background you can probably hear my washing machine. I have YouTube on the TV up above me, which is like here for you. And I haven't brushed my hair since I got back, and whoa, like, what was that weather out there? It was just so crazy today, which is partly why I think I actually made a Jo Malone purchase. So what you can see behind me is actually a Jo Malone candle that I already have, and that is the fragrance Red Roses, which is my favourite. So I thought, why not we open the Jo Malone purchase together. Now, it's not a big purchase, it's just one item, but I thought, let's do it because it's really nice. They always make such a nice packaging thing. I don't know why I did that. I'm like tapping it. Right, so let's do this. So she's tied it lovely with the bows. The other thing I actually got to do was she asked me which ribbon that I would like, and they had quite a nice selection of ribbons, not for the outward bag but the inward bit, so I thought that off. She's made a very good point of like spraying that excessively with pomegranate noir. I think that's what I'm smelling. Smells good. So I might put that somewhere. Sometimes when they do that on this, like the tissue paper, if you put it in a drawer or something, it just leaves a nice scent. So I'll maybe consider that. Right, so that's it. And then this is in the bag. So this was the one that I chose. By the way, I didn't get any samples. I've never really had samples in there for a while. Like, I don't know if they're cutting back on costs or something, but anyway, I've not got any samples. So I love this ribbon here. I'm going to use that for something. I'm not sure what or where I could put it, but any suggestions would be welcome. So that's it here. It's actually a shame to untie it. I'm just wondering if I could actually just, yeah, I'm going to do that and slip it off. And then that way I can keep like the actual bow that she's tied, because I'm not very good at tying bows. So I have that now, which is lovely. And this is the box. I do like the Jo Malone boxes. I usually use these to keep things like Q-tips and things in my bathroom, so that's lovely. And this is the one, the scent that I went for, which is Red Roses. And this is the scent that I use as a perfume. So it's got the little thing on it to keep it safe. I'm just going to smell it. Oh, it's lovely. It's so nice, so nice. So that will be nice for a nice evening shower this evening. So I will just put that there. So anyway, that was fun. Just a little bit of an unboxing. So yeah,